Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie and today I'm going to be doing a first impression and review on the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation normal to oily skin, and it looks like this. I recently bought this foundation and thought it would be interesting to do a first impressions and review on my channel. It does retail for $7.99 from Boots, and you can also get it in Superdrug and a number of online retailers. So yeah, I've heard good things about it and thought I would give it a shot and see how it works out on my skin. So guys, thanks so much for checking out my channel and watching this video. Do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like it, and I'll get started with the review. So guys, to give you a little bit more information on this foundation, it's a matte and poreless liquid foundation, normal to oily skin, mattifies and refines pores with blurring micro powders for poreless looking skin, matches skin tone and texture, natural seamless finish. And I'm in shade 115. They have 6 shades that I could find, and this one seemed like the best colour match for myself. So let's get started and see how it goes on the skin. So when I do any of my reviews, I like to use a primer, and one of my favourite affordable primers is the Miss Sporty Insta Glow primer, and it looks like this, and it retails for like I think £2 roughly, or under £5 definitely, £2 to £3. So this is a dewy radiant primer which I really like. It reminds me of a more affordable Becca highlighter primer. So that is the primer done. Now on to the foundation. So I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of the product. So it is a little squeezy lid, so there isn't a pump. Just going to squeeze it onto my finger and then apply it onto my skin. I don't mind the squeezy lids. You just have to be careful that you don't squeeze out too much. I did test this on the back of my hand when I was in Superdrug and thought it was probably the best match for my skin. So I'm doing quite a few little, just sort of small little squeezes because I don't want to put on too much, but we need enough to get a nice coverage. Because I've never used this foundation before, I don't know how full coverage it's going to be. It did say a natural coverage, a natural finish, and letting your skin breathe through, so I imagine it's not going to be super full coverage. It's quite in consistency, it's not too thick, so hopefully that will mean it'll blend out quite easy. So I think that's enough at the moment. I'll see how this amount of foundation blends out and how it looks. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe M439 foundation brush. You know guys, I love this brush so much, so I'm just going to use that to blend out the foundation. It's got a nice sort of golden undertone which I like to this shade, and it is blending out pretty easy as well with the brush. It's not creating like lines or anything like that, it's blending out smoothly and easy. So that is the foundation blended out with the first layer that I put on. It is, doesn't feel like super mattifying. I have put a dewy primer on underneath because I sometimes find mattifying primers just make you look really sort of more wrinkly, so I did put my affordable highlighting primer underneath. So that is probably making it look a little bit more dewy than if you had a more mattifying primer on. The level of coverage after that sort of one layer is pretty lightweight. You can still see my moles and my little freckles coming through, some pink little bits of my pink cheeks coming through as well, another mole. So I'd say this is definitely quite a lightweight and a light coverage foundation with the sort of one layer. I'm going to go back and apply a little bit more. You do get 30 mils of product in this Fit Me foundation. I'm just going to put a little bit more on the cheeks and just a sort of extra swipe on the areas that I'd like a little bit more coverage, because I feel like on the cheeks there I have quite a lot of cheek to cover, and I think that is a little bit too light of coverage for myself. So let's just blend out that second layer on the cheeks. So guys, that is the foundation with a little bit more in the cheeks and a little bit more in the forehead. I would say that you can't build this up too much or it would get quite cakey, I think, because where I put the thin layer extra on the cheeks and the forehead, I feel like I was aware that sort of that would probably be the maximum amount of product before it would get quite cakey and looking not good. So I feel like this foundation definitely is better for anyone who's looking for lightweight to maybe medium coverage, but more lightweight coverage, I would call it myself. Because if you want a really full coverage, I feel like it won't look that good. So at this stage, I think, as I said, it's quite nice. I like the undertone, quite nice for light coverage foundation and an everyday foundation level. I'm going to go in and finish the rest of my makeup so that I can see how it looks. I'm going to go in with the Insta Anti-Aging Erase from Maybelline concealer. I thought since I was doing a Maybelline foundation, I should use a Maybelline concealer. So this is in shade Light, so this is the lightest shade. Just going to draw that under the eyes and on the eyelid to act as primer, down the centre of the nose, through the chin, and then we will blend out. So I'm just going to use a dampened beauty blender to just tap that out. I would say that I think this foundation, if you did use with the beauty blender, would even be more light coverage, so I would recommend using a foundation brush to blend out that Maybelline foundation, as it already is quite a lightweight foundation. That is the concealer blended out. It blended out really easy over top of the foundation, and I'm now going to go in and finish setting my makeup and just finish my makeup look, and then I'll come back to you and let you know how the foundation is sitting with the rest of the makeup. Currently the foundation isn't sitting in my fine lines, so that's quite positive, and actually even though it is a mattifying foundation, it's not feeling too matte, and I do have normal to combination skin, so sometimes I get an oily T-zone and then drier, more normal cheeks, and sometimes, like I said, too mattifying foundations can be like, whoa, look really wrinkly, but actually this is looking quite nice on the skin at the moment. So guys, this is the full makeup look after applying some lipstick, eyeshadow, brows, bronzer, blush, highlight and setting powder. This is how the foundation looks. So now with the full face of makeup on, the makeup went on really easy on top of it, and the foundation still hasn't gone like super matte. It definitely is matte, but it's not like so matte. So I feel like if you did have oily skin, you would really like the Fit Me foundation. And if you've got similar skin, like it does say normal to oily, so I've got more normal skin, I definitely think it actually sits lovely on normal skin as well, especially when worn with a illuminating primer underneath. I think it's also a lovely foundation for anyone who likes a lightweight coverage and is looking for a day-to-day foundation that maybe they can wear to work, or just when they're running errands and don't want to look like they're wearing a really full face of makeup. They just want to have a more nice complexion without being like, whoa, look at me, overload of makeup. For myself, I'm going to give this not a full thumbs up, but a semi thumbs up, just because I feel like it is quite lightweight coverage, and also it is difficult to build it up to go to a more medium coverage, because I do feel like if you put too much of this product on, it would look cakey but not really give you the coverage. But I do really recommend it for anyone wanting a light coverage. So for myself, I'm giving it, maybe I'll give it 4 out of 5, not a full 5 out of 5, just because it is a little bit too lightweight for me. On a day-to-day basis, I normally like a little bit more coverage than this, but days that maybe at weekends when I'm not really minding how much foundation I've got on, then I probably would reach for this. And like I said, anyone wanting a more lightweight foundation, then I really recommend it for you guys. So guys, I hope you find this review interesting and useful, and do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!